Good morning, my friends. This is Miss Ray from the Great Falls Public Library, and it is time for our story time. And it's almost Halloween. So today our book will be Trick or Treat, Bugs to Eat. Who's going trick or treating for bugs? Oh, you're not. Well, this little bat sure seems to like them. And it just so happens that this Friday we are going to have a bat party at Giant Springs State Park. It's from 4:30 to 5:30. There's going to be lots of awesome bat activities. There's going to be a bat story walk and some yummy hot cider. So we hope that you can join us for that. It's free, but if you're out of state, you might need to pay for parking. Give the park a call if you have any questions about that. All right. What else is going on? Oh my goodness. On Saturday afternoon from 3 to 5, the Great Falls Public Library Bookmobile will be downtown on Central Avenue handing out candy. So come trick or treat at the bookmobile, but you can also check out items from the bookmobile if you have your library card with you. And if you don't have a library card, we can get you signed up. Make sure that you bring your ID, and if the address on your if your current Cascade County address isn't on your ID, make sure you bring us some confirmation of your address, like a piece of canceled mail or a bill, something like that that has your current address on it. All right, and we still have spooky soap making kits available for pickup too. So you can come in and see Miss Chelsea or I in the kids' place to pick one of those up and make a soap with a spooky, creepy spider in it. All right, so let's get started with our story time. So we are going to start with our monster song. It comes from this book, If You're a Monster and You Know It, by Rebecca Emberley and Ed Emberley. All right, so if you're a monster and you know it, we're going to snort and growl. Grrr. Good. Then we're going to smack our claws, stomp our paws, twitch our tails, and give a roar. Ready? Here we go. If you're a monster and you know it, snort and growl. Grrr. If you're a monster and you know it, snort and growl. Grrr. If you're a monster and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a monster and you know it, snort and growl. Grrr. Good job. Now we're going to smack our claws. Here we go. If you're a monster and you know it, smack your claws. If you're a monster and you know it, smack your claws. If you're a monster and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a monster and you know it, smack your claws. Good job. All right, now we're going to twitch our tail. Show me that tail. Good job. If you're a monster and you know it, twitch your tail. If you're a monster and you know it, twitch your tail. If you're a monster and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a monster and you know it, twitch your tail. Good job. If you're a monster and you know it, stomp your paws. If you're a monster and you know it, stomp your paws. If you're a monster and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a monster and you know it, stomp your paws. Good job. If you're a monster and you know it, give a roar. Roar! If you're a monster and you know it, give a roar. Roar! If you're a monster and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a monster and you know it, give a roar. Roar! Great job, guys! Awesome. Let's read our book, Trick or Treat, Bugs to Eat. Now, right now, I think that most of our bats have gone to sleep for the winter. Do you know what that's called? When mammals, well, it's not just mammals, but say a bear, right? A bear is a mammal. We know it's a mammal because it's warm-blooded and it has fur. And bears sleep in the wintertime, at least they usually do. And most of our bats are hibernating. They're sleeping right now too. But a few months back, they were everywhere. One of my favorite places to watch the bats was right in front of the county courthouse, because the bats live in those big pine trees, and they like to eat bugs. And bugs like lights. So the lights on the dome attract the bugs, and the bugs attract the bats. So you can see them swooping out there in the summer. It's a great place to watch bats in our neighborhood, and bats love to eat bugs. Let's read it. Trick or Treat, Bugs to Eat. Words by Tracy Gold, and pictures by Nancy Leschnikoff. What a cute little bat. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me lots of bugs to eat. Is that what you say on Halloween? Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me lots of bugs to eat. Oh, you're looking for candy, not bugs? Okay. Okay. From our cave, we're so brave, we fly out in one big wave. Do you see any other animals besides just the bats? Do you see the raccoon? And what's that? It's a little mouse with a jack-o'-lantern. Oh, I fly, soar so high, gliding through the evening sky. Hear my calls bounce off walls, echoing as darkness falls. I wonder what that's about.
Please, I have white water slides.
Moths take flight to the light. The moths like the light. And I'll give them a sudden fright. Yummy flies with big eyes. What a trick or treat surprise. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh, cricket song. Did I hear wrong? No. I'll eat them all night long. Yum. Crunch. Beetles crunch. Beetles munch. I'll have them for midnight lunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Bzz, bzz, flap my wings, please, no stings. When I eat wasps, my heart sings. I'm so fast, whizzing past. Finally, I'm full at last. What a flight, lots of bites. Halloween's my favorite night. And here are some bat facts for us. You see, here is a cartoon picture of a bat, but here are some more realistic pictures of bats. Well, at least a little bit more realistic, right? Because bats aren't actually purple, which is too bad because purple is a lovely color. Bats eat a wide variety of insects such as wasps, moths, dragonflies, and mosquitoes. Do you like mosquitoes? If you don't like mosquitoes, you should like bats because bats eat the mosquitoes. One bat can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes in an hour. 1,000 mosquitoes in an hour. Wow, that is hungry. Bats usually catch bugs while they're flying through the air. Many different types of bats live in the United States. Most of them eat bugs. Some bats eat fruit and help to pollinate plants. There are only 3 types of bats that drink blood from animals, but none of them live in the United States. That is true. Vampire bats are real, but they are so tiny, and they only drink blood from cows. We don't have to worry about them at all. Our bats around here are not going to bother you. Yeah. All bats have a tragus near their ear. So if you take a look at your ear, do you see your ear? This is your tragus. Ours doesn't do what a bat's does, though. It's a flap that helps them with echolocation. Echo. Do you know what an echo is? So if you say, if you're in a cave and you call out echo or hello, and then you hear the sound reflect back at you, you hear your voice twice. That's an echo. And location means where. It means a place. It means finding something. So using echoes to find food. Pretty cool. Let's read about it. Bat wings have bones in them similar to the bones you have in your hands. Bats even have thumbs. Bats come out at night to eat and rest during the day. They find their food in the dark using echolocation. Bats echolocate by making noises and waiting to hear the noise bounce back from objects, like insects, around them. Can you learn about your environment by listening to echoes? Try it out. So if you have a big empty space, or if you're ever under a bridge, you can try this and yell and see if your voice echoes back to you. Bats live in caves and other dark places, like the underside of a bridge, or maybe even in your attic. Yeah. So there are the bats in the caves. There are a lot of bats that live alongside the trails in Giant Springs. They live in cracks in the rock walls. It's pretty cool. They're like mini caves. They're like apartments for bats. If you see a bat while you're trick-or-treating, don't be scared. Thank it for eating bugs so they don't bite you. Remember, if you see a wild animal, even a cute little bat, do not touch it because you could hurt it or scare it. Not a good idea to touch wild animals, even if you see a dog. If you see a dog without a human, don't go over to say hi. If you see a dog with a human, you can ask their human if you can pet the dog. Always ask before you touch. But don't pet wild animals. They're scared of us. And that is the end of our book, Trick or Treat, Bugs to Eat. I hope I see you all at the VAT party on Friday evening. Is that right? Yes, at 4:30 at Giant Springs. Again, it's free unless you are out of state, and then you might need to pay for parking. I forgot to tell you about one more thing, guys. So tomorrow we're going to have another special American Sign Language story time with Amanda Frudge from Cannes. And we are going to be reading a book called The Emotion Monster. And we are going to be learning signs for our feelings and for some colors. And we are going to make a feeling wheel. So we're going to be working on our emotional intelligence and understanding how we're feeling, and also our doing it bilingually in spoken English and American Sign Language. So I hope that you can join us. That's tomorrow morning at 10:30. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next Wednesday for another fantastic story time here live on Facebook. Take care. Bye-bye. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye.